let's do my bridal makeup together. My name is Shelby. I'm a professional bridal makeup artist of 8 years, and the last time I made one of these videos was in April, and it is September 1st, so we're long overdue. I'm going to show you how I would do my own bridal makeup. The number one step that I can recommend is some sort of skin prep. You've got to prep your skin before you start applying makeup. I'm putting on some of the Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Moisturizer just to act as a hydrated base underneath the makeup. I get asked the question all the time if I would do my own bridal makeup when I get married, and the question is always 100% yes. I will definitely be doing my own makeup. So if you're a girly that wants to do her own makeup, I totally understand, and I got you. To add even more of a glow underneath makeup, I'm going to use the Say Super Glowy Gel. This is the shade Rose Glow, just to give us a little extra, like, lit from within, dewy, glowy goddess vibe. Just look at that. Stunning. The skin is giving glass, so we're going to go in with brow gel next, because I like to do this before I put on any of my base products. So this is the brow lamination gel from L'Oreal. This is what it looks like. It's in this little silver tube, and I'm just going to gel my brows up a little bit, give them a little fluff, nothing too crazy. I don't want them to look like I've been electrocuted, but I do want a little bit of fluffiness, and I want them to stay in place all day. I do not want these to move. And now we're going to move on to base. We're using my tried and true, my one and only, my girl, the one that is going to see me through everything on my wedding day. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I am in the shade 5.25. This is my perfect fake tan shade. I'm just going to start buffing this in with a brush. This is actually the e.l.f. foundation brush, like the buffing brush, and she slays. So we're going to use this to buff it into the skin. Look at that. Already off to such a beautiful start. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. Did I mention that I'm a bridal makeup artist in South Carolina? I have to do makeup that lasts through heat and humidity like you would not believe. So when I tell you can trust me, I know what I'm doing. I mean it. You're in good hands here. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. We've avoided the under eye area completely. So I did not apply anything to my under eyes because I want to only use concealer there. If you feel like you have really dry under eyes, you can also add an eye cream during the skin prep portion. But for me, I feel like moisturizer does a pretty good job. Now let's go into concealer. I'm gonna use 2 concealers. You do not have to do this. This is just for brightness purposes. Did I already get makeup on this white outfit? Right along. I'm going to use the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in the shade Pearl under my eyes. I like this because it's full coverage and it's super hydrating. I'm doing a little right here, which is where I do like a little reverse contour. So this kind of like enhances the natural contour of the face so that you don't necessarily have to use as much cream contour. And then this is the placement for the rest of my concealer. Then to brighten, I'm going to use a little bit of the Natasha Denona concealer. This is in the shade N1, and I'm going to put a little bit of that right in the center here just to brighten. This is just going to add extra highlight. Okay, to blend this in, I'm also using a brush. This is the BK Beauty 101 brush, and I'm going to just tap the concealer exactly where it already is on the face. I'm not moving it around, I'm not trying to smear it, I'm not trying to move it around the face. I'm literally trying to keep it exactly where it is because we want to get as much coverage out of it as we possibly can. You're going to notice that I use a lot of BK Beauty brushes in this makeup tutorial, and highly recommend them, but they are an investment. So if you're looking for one out of this entire tutorial to pick up, make it this one, because you can do so much of your routine with this. It's got this beautiful little angle. These are shorter bristles, these are longer, these are more dense, these are a little bit more fluffy, so you can literally do any part of your routine with this brush. Just wanted to show you what this reverse contour is looking like after I've already started to blend it in. You can see that this natural contour of my cheek, where this little gray area is already enhanced, so I don't necessarily have to use as much cream contour or contour product in general. Now that I've already done that, it just kind of naturally enhances that and brings it forward to make it look like I have a little bit more of a slender face. And I do have a very round face, so I need as much contouring as possible. Okay, I know the girlies are going to be curious about the fake tan, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this is Loving Tan Platinum, and it does have a pretty unique red undertone, which I absolutely love. And so to match that with cream bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia cream bronzer in the shade Amber. This has such a unique undertone. It's so beautiful, and I like to apply this on a brush as well. So this is the 106 brush from BK Beauty, and I'm basically just dipping into the product and tapping it directly onto my face. And I'm going to blend this out with the brush, but I'm going to initially start by kind of mapping out where I want it. So into that natural hollow, but also blending it up a little bit higher to give the appearance of a little bit higher cheekbone, a little bit more chiseled than I already am, which is not much. We're going to do some along the hairline, on the forehead, just to give us a little sun-kissed look, some on the tip of the nose, and on the sides of the nose, and then of course on the jawline and chin. Now for my favorite part, I think I'm gonna do a few different types of blushes, so bear with me. I love blush. Okay, blush is like my favorite part of my makeup routine. This is the Patrick Ta cream and powder blush duo. I'm gonna take the cream in the shade Not Too Much, and I'm going to use it on this angled blush brush. This is from Patrick Ta. It's double-sided, and I'm going to start applying that really close to the apples of the cheeks. Just like pressing this. This is going to be the perfect bridal shade. I'm so excited. I want to deepen up that blush just a little bit, so I'm going to take this one from Armani Beauty. This is the Mauve Liquid Blush, and I'm putting this up a lot higher, and I'm being a little bit more generous. Really love blush around here. I'm going to blend this with a BK Beauty A507. It's just a really pretty angled blush brush. Keep in mind, you don't have to do all of this. This is how I would do my bridal makeup, okay? So if this is not the routine for you, or this is too many steps, or this is too much, totally understand. This would not be a Shelby Ann Bell makeup routine if I did not put a little bit of the blush on my chin. So I'm just using whatever's left over on my brush just to add a little bit onto the chin. I just love blush, and I think that adding it onto the chin just makes everything look super cohesive. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I'm obsessed. To start setting our under eyes, I'm taking the Laura Mercier Ultra Blur powder in the shade Rose on a powder puff, and I'm going to generously set my under eyes. I'm going to pat this in with a powder puff, but I'm also going to let some of the residual bake because I like a nice bright under eye. Take Huda Beauty in the shade Peach Pie. I'm going to reinforce that reverse contour everywhere that I used concealer, but basically I'm going to be setting with powder. And I'm going to leave you like this. You have to go to part 2 to see the rest, so I'll see you there.